Get ready for an experience that will blow your mind. We are going to show you 11 significant things that you ought to get rid of in your life throughout this video. We would like to extend an invitation to you to share your thoughts on each of the topics that we discuss, to actively accompany us on this journey, and to remain until the end of the video. A journey that is rich in learning and development is waiting for you. Your next few moments are an opportunity for you to engage in in-depth reflection and gain a deeper understanding of who you are. We are confident that the knowledge that we will impart to you will not only brighten your life, but also completely alter it. If you are interested in the journey that we are going to take together, which will involve exploring the depths of silence and wisdom, I would appreciate it if you would do me a simple favor by clicking that subscribe button. Also, keep in mind that this message is specifically designed for you if you have ever had the experience of feeling like you are not like the majority. This means that you should not skip any of the segments of the video. We have been looking forward to this moment for a long time. Let's get started. Dealing with people who hurt you is the first and most important lesson. You are about to embark on an incredible journey. We are going to show you 11 significant things that you need to eliminate from your life in a quiet manner in this video. During this journey, we would like to extend an invitation to you to actively accompany us, share your thoughts on every topic that is discussed, and remain present until the very end of the video. You are about to embark on a development and learning journey. You have the opportunity to engage in in-depth reflection and gain a deeper comprehension of who you are and what you believe in the following few moments. Your life will be transformed and enlightened by the lessons that we will share with you. It's time to get started. First point. It is not necessary to provide explanations to those who cause you pain when you are dealing with people who hurt you. Complaining, arguing, or dealing with the negative attitude of another person is not something that should be done. If someone has made decisions that have disrespected and hurt you, even if it was someone you thought was the perfect friend, it is best to move on without looking for justifications. This is the best course of action. Maintain your composure and rationality and work on improving yourself. There is a possibility that this individual will require your assistance at some point in the future. Simply responding with a no is sufficient at this point. Do not hesitate to provide an explanation for your reasons. If this individual has not demonstrated any moral character and has betrayed your trust, then you are under no obligation to assist them. Therefore, there is no reason to engage in conflict or fight with one another. It is in your best interest to remove this person from your life in a discreet manner, as the passage of time will reveal the results of their actions. Place your attention on taking care of yourself and allow the future to reveal what is most beneficial for the both of you. We demonstrate a profound respect for ourselves and our limitations when we give ourselves permission to move forward without being required to provide an explanation or argument for the choices we make. Remember that we are not obligated to work with people who are harmful to us or who do not value us. This is an important point to keep in mind. Every single one of us has the right to be treated with respect and to be taken seriously for who we really are. Consequently, when we make the decision to remove those who cause us harm from our lives in a manner that is not visible to others, we are making a courageous choice for our emotional well-being and for our own personal development. Because of this growth, we are now on the path to living a life that is more genuine and satisfying. Second point. Irresponsible objectives. There are going to be times when you will come to the realization that it is essential for you to make decisions, behave in a particular manner, or remain true to your own path. When you want to prioritize the path that is most in line with your nature, there are times when you have to give up certain goals. It is perfectly normal for us to experience this because we do not always accomplish everything that we set out to do, and there are times when it is necessary to sacrifice some things in order to make room for one another. Nevertheless, it is essential to eliminate these unnecessary targets in a stealthy manner without broadcasting your movements to the entire world. Do not leave any information or clues unanswered, as doing so could reveal the primary strategy you are employing. Be more astute throughout this process. In the meantime, while the cards are still in your hand, you should quietly eliminate goals that are less important and make gradual changes in your life. Always proceed with discretion, protecting your plans, and allowing authenticity to guide your decision-making before moving forward. Seek out the way that is most suitable for you. Third point, relationships. It is essential to avoid divulging private information or the reasons behind the breakup of a friendship or relationship, regardless of whether the relationship was romantic or platonic. Shared intimacy is something that is exclusive to you, and the other person involved in it is not necessary for other people to be aware of the reasons behind it. No one has the right to be informed about fights or terrible situations, as doing so can only result in the spread of rumors and make the situation even more complicated. Talk to yourself and reflect on what took place whenever you feel the need to express yourself verbally. The fact that there is a need to share may be an indication that there are wounds that have not yet been healed. Therefore, regardless of the circumstances, the appropriate course of action is to discuss these behaviors in private without sharing them with other people. If there is a relationship in your life that is causing you problems, it is essential that you get rid of it without telling other people about it. In order to facilitate the process of acceptance and healing, it is beneficial to keep these issues private and to deal with them on an internal level. When it comes to your emotional well-being, it is important to exercise discretion and wisdom while also protecting the privacy and dignity of everyone involved. Fourth point. During times of high tension, you should try to avoid raising your voice in front of other people. Whenever you are upset, you should learn to control your excessive frustration or anger. Take that emotion and channel it toward activities that will result in favorable outcomes. If you want to make progress toward your life goals and train your body to deal with stress, you should use this energy as a driving force. Take charge of your emotions, give them some thought, and channel the energy you've accumulated towards something that will help you become more resilient. Take care to proceed with caution and discretion, however, because a loss of control during times of intense activity can expose vulnerabilities. You should make an effort to alleviate this tension in a covert manner by finding solutions to problems, carrying out responsibilities, and employing thinking as an ally. Try to keep your problems from spreading. Rather than that, cultivate gratitude and have an appreciation for what and who is already present in your life. Determine a method by which you can release the pressure of your emotions in private and look for ways to achieve inner balance and more healthy ways of overcoming obstacles. If you have made it this far, I would appreciate it if you would leave a comment to demonstrate that you are genuinely interested in making a change. You should definitely give this a like and subscribe to receive more content just like this. Permit us to proceed. Fifth point. Try to refrain from sharing your opinions with other people regarding so-and-so. To tell you the truth, you shouldn't even allow yourself to entertain such thoughts in your mind. Take into serious consideration the image that you are projecting when you speak negatively about another person. You have the opportunity to have a conversation that is interesting, or to enrich the conversation. However, instead, you ruin the atmosphere simply by venting your negative feelings about that individual. Do not act in such a manner. It is not appropriate to go around announcing who you like or dislike. Train yourself to be diplomatic. If you do not like someone, you can put some distance between yourself and them, or you can make an effort to coexist with them in a way that is acceptable, and you should always act in a thoughtful manner. Attempt to talk to that person, engage in dialogue with them, and look for a consensus if there is a problem with them. The opinions and judgments that you have about other people, on the other hand, should be removed from consideration immediately. No matter what, as was stated earlier, that maintain a diplomatic demeanor at all times, regardless of whether you like or dislike a particular person. This will demonstrate that you are able to adjust to different environments and interact with other people regardless of differences. It is important to remember to maintain a respectful and empathic posture in all of your interactions, as this will help to create a more harmonious environment and make your relationships healthier. Sixth point. Try to refrain from constantly comparing yourself to other people. It is important to recognize and appreciate the unique journey, accomplishments, and successes of each individual without comparing them to those of others. Engaging in the detrimental practice of comparing our lives to those of others can have a detrimental effect on our emotional well-being and impede our personal development. As a result, our self-esteem suffers because we run the risk of falling into the trap of unfavorable comparison, which causes us to concentrate on the things that we believe we are lacking rather than acknowledging our own capabilities and achievements. We lose sight of our own goals and desires when we constantly compare ourselves to others. This causes us to become distracted from what is truly important and to concentrate on what we believe we ought to have or accomplish based on the standards of others. Because of this, we are unable to make progress on our own journey and accomplish the goals that we have set for ourselves. We can cultivate gratitude for our own circumstances and celebrate our own progress and growth if we refrain from comparing ourselves to others. It is important to keep in mind that every individual possesses their own way of doing things and their own set of circumstances, and that comparing yourself to others is neither fair nor healthy. Every single one of us possesses unique qualities, obstacles, and ways of living our lives. It is more productive to concentrate on our own learning and personal development rather than comparing ourselves to other people when we are trying to improve ourselves. Seventh point. Utilization of social media with awareness. Imagine for a second that your life is a book that is packed with exciting tales, interesting experiences, and exciting adventures. Imagine social media as a library where millions of other stories are shared every second. This is what social media could be. Isn't that so exciting? In this context, however, there is a subtle risk: constant comparison. When we are flipping through the glossy pages of these digital stories, we frequently find ourselves comparing the most difficult chapters of our own stories to the most memorable moments of the stories of others. We can get caught up in a vicious cycle of dissatisfaction and envy if we make this comparison, which is frequently unfair and unrealistic. Do you see how this could potentially be harmful? Keeping this in mind, it is absolutely necessary to acquire the ability to restrict the amount of digital stories that we consume. If you had a specific reason for visiting this digital library, what would you consider doing? You enter, search for precisely what you require, whether it be a connection, inspiration, or information, and then you leave, returning to the reality of your own book, which is the book of your life. But how exactly does one go about doing this in the real world? If you want to avoid getting lost in social media at every moment of the day, like during breakfast, a break at work, or at the end of the day, you should begin by establishing specific times of the day during which you will check your social media accounts. Creating a structure like this helps prevent social media from taking over your time and thoughts, which is a significant benefit. Questioning the motivations behind each and every interaction that takes place online is yet another effective strategy. Consider the following question: am I seeking something constructive here, or just killing time? It is possible that this reflection will assist in distinguishing between productive use and aimless passive consumption. Additionally, it is of the utmost importance to be aware of the indications that social media is having a detrimental effect on your mood or self-esteem. If, after using these platforms, you find that you are experiencing feelings of depression, it may be time for you to take a break. You should make use of this time to reconnect with activities that bring you joy and satisfaction in the real world, such as reading a book, participating in a hobby, or simply taking pleasure in exploring nature. You will not only be able to safeguard your mental health by implementing these practices, but you will also be able to rediscover the splendor of your own narrative without the obligation to constantly compare it to the narratives of others. You should always keep in mind that every single one of us has a different journey to take, one that is full of highs and lows, victories and difficulties, and that is precisely what makes every single story, including yours, so valuable and one of a kind. Consequently, as we come to the end of this discussion, I would like to encourage you to contemplate the ways in which you can begin writing the next chapter of your story right now, the day with less influence from the digital world and more concentration on the things that are truly important to you in your life. This journey of self-discovery and development is something that we should embark on together. The wisdom of history's greatest philosophers can help you take charge of your life. Stoicism in the 21st century is your guide to resiliency, well-being, and prosperity. Stoicism can help you transform challenges into victories, stress into strength, and uncertainty into clarity. 8th point. The pursuit of external approval. We live in a world where often a person's worth seems to be tied to others' perceptions. But today, I invite you to explore the liberation that comes from breaking free from this incessant search for approval. Imagine yourself on a stage under the spotlight, around you a crowd of expectant faces, each with an opinion on how you should act, speak, and be. Can you see how suffocating this can be? Now visualize yourself stepping off that stage and entering a peaceful and serene space, a place where the only opinion that truly matters is your own. This metaphor illustrates the importance of recognizing and valuing your own inner voice above the external noise. When we base our actions and decisions on the quest for approval, we drift away from who we truly are and what we genuinely desire. It's like constantly trying to wear an outfit that doesn't fit, just to please others. Now think about the times when you felt most fulfilled and content. They were probably moments when you were aligned with your own values and beliefs, regardless of what others thought or expected. This is the essence of living authentically. But how can we practice this in our daily lives? It starts with small steps. For instance, the next time you're about to make a decision, ask yourself, am I doing this because I truly want to, or because it's what others expect of me? Learn to trust your intuition and recognize your own desires and needs. Another powerful practice is strengthening your self-esteem. Value your qualities, celebrate your achievements, and learn from your mistakes. Remember, self-acceptance is an ongoing process, and every small victory counts. And finally, cultivate relationships that support and encourage you to be your best self. Surround yourself with people who respect your individuality and encourage you to express your true essence. By freeing ourselves from the need for external approval, we open the doors to a more authentic and rewarding path. It's a path that allows us to be the true protagonists of our lives, writing our own stories with the ink of authenticity and courage. And with that, we conclude this second topic, hoping it serves as an invitation to reflect on how you can live a more authentic life, true to yourself, away from the shadows of others' approval. Ninth point. The way we handle our relationships, whether in friendship or love. Relationships are like mirrors, reflecting various facets of our lives, and they bring experiences that shape who we are. But there's a delicate line here, the line of privacy and discretion. Think of a relationship as a secret garden, a place where you nurture emotions, dreams, and special moments. This garden is sacred, a space that deserves respect and care. When a relationship ends, whether a friendship or a romance, it's natural to feel pain, confusion, and a need to process what happened. However, it's essential to remember that the details of this garden, this shared story, belong only to you and the other person involved. By choosing not to divulge intimate details or reasons for the breakup, you're not only preserving the dignity of both parties, but also protecting your own heart. Sharing this information with others can open doors to misunderstandings, judgments, and worse, gossip. This doesn't contribute to healing, rather, it can prolong the pain and create a cycle of negativity. So how can we deal with the end of a relationship healthily? First, it's crucial to give yourself time and space to heal. Allow yourself to feel the emotions, but do so introspectively. If necessary, seek the support of a mental health professional, someone who can provide objective guidance and support. Second, cultivate the habit of personal reflection. Instead of seeking external validation or comfort, turn inward. Ask yourself what you've learned from this relationship and how you can use those lessons to grow. Every relationship, even those that end, brings valuable lessons. Finally, remember that maintaining discretion and privacy is a sign of maturity and respect, not just for the other person, but for yourself. As you close a chapter in your life, do so with grace and dignity, knowing that each experience prepares you for what's to come. And with that, we conclude this third point, hoping it sheds light and perspective on how to face the end of relationships with wisdom and respect, maintaining the dignity and privacy you and the other person deserve. 10th point. Letting go of unrealistic expectations. This is an invitation to an internal journey where we'll explore how our expectations can shape and sometimes distort our perception of reality. Let's start with a metaphor. Imagine your life as a grand adventure across a vast ocean. Each expectation is like a sail on your boat, helping to propel you towards your dreams and goals. However, when these sails are too large, when our expectations become unrealistic, they can steer us off course, leading us into turbulent waters of disappointment and dissatisfaction. Unrealistic expectations are like maps promising treasures that don't exist. They make us chase ideals of perfection in ourselves, others, and the situations we experience. But the question we should ask is, are these ideals truly ours, or have they been imposed by external influences like society, culture, or even the media? To begin detaching from these expectations, we first need to recognize them. This requires honesty and introspection. Ask yourself, do these expectations lift me up or weigh me down? Do they reflect who I truly am and what I value? The next step is practicing acceptance of who you are, where you are in your journey, and the circumstances you can't control. This doesn't mean giving up on your dreams, but rather recognizing and appreciating the process of getting there with all its imperfections and challenges. Furthermore, it's crucial to learn to set realistic and achievable goals that resonate with your true essence and not with an idealized image of success. This also involves celebrating the small victories along the way, acknowledging that each step, no matter how small, is valuable progress. Finally, remember that the journey is as important as the destination. By letting go of unrealistic expectations, you allow life to flow more naturally and peacefully, opening up space for surprises and joys that couldn't be planned. And with that, we conclude this fourth point, hoping it inspires you to navigate life with sails adjusted to reality, appreciating the beauty of the journey with all its twists, turns, and discoveries. 11th point, participation in gossip and the spread of negativity. Now we are going to enter a territory that is frequently ignored in our day-to-day interactions, but which has a significant impact on our well-being and the relationships that we cultivate. The act of participating in gossip and spreading negativity. In the following section, we will discuss how the decision to put some distance between ourselves and these behaviors can not only improve our mental state, but also enhance the quality of the relationships we have with other people. Picture each and every word that we utter as a seed that we sow in the garden, that is our lives as well as the lives of those around us. Choosing to speak words that are supportive, encouraging, and positive is like planting the seeds of kindness and understanding in the minds of others. On the other hand, when we get involved in gossip or negative talk, we are sowing the seeds of misunderstandings, mistrust, and conflict. The act of engaging in gossip may appear to be harmless, or even a form of social connection. However, in reality, it is a two-way street that leads to disrespect and the devaluation of both ourselves and others. A mindset that obscures our ability to see the good and positive things that are going on around us is nourished when we concentrate on the negative aspects of the situation. How then can we deviate from this course of action and select a more constructive way forward? First and foremost, it is essential to be conscious of the conversations that we take part in. When you notice that a conversation is beginning to veer off into gossip or criticism that is not necessary, you should try to change the subject or bring attention to something positive about the person or situation that is being discussed. You should also work on developing empathy. Ask yourself, would I want this to be said about me, before you do anything that involves speaking or sharing something about another person. This straightforward inquiry has the potential to serve as a powerful guide for ensuring that our conversations remain respectful and constructive. The cultivation of a positive environment around you is another important step that you should take. In your interactions with others, surround yourself with people who also place a high value on positivity and authenticity. You have the ability to establish a culture of mutual respect and support by working together. Last but not least, keep in mind that change begins with you. By making the conscious decision to abstain from engaging in gossip and negative discourse, you are not only safeguarding your own integrity, but also serving as a model for others to follow. Through the implementation of these principles in our lives, we have the ability to cultivate a mindset that is more optimistic, empathic, and resilient, which in turn contributes to more genuine personal growth and more meaningful interpersonal relationships. Subscribe to the channel, ringing the bell to be notified of new videos, and of course leaving a like and comment are all things you should do if you found the video to be enjoyable. 2 more videos will be left for you to watch, and they will appear on your screen here. Have fun on your path to enlightenment. Do not depart from the Creator. Please comment number 1 if you like this content. If you don't like it, comment number 2. Thank you.